Greetings, brothers and sisters. Just a quick update here. Florida judge temporarily blocks the release of records in Bob Saget's death. And so, you know, there's one thing there's one thing they're saying here in the bottom of, there they are. There's a Full House crew. She's gone to jail. Like, of all these people, she's the one who's been in jail, right? With all these potential criminals. But he's been in rehab. She's been in rehab. One or both of the twins have been in rehab, and she's been in rehab. And Bob Saget, you know what happened to him. But in terms of, so here's the judge in question. And an autopsy revealed last week that 65-year-old Full House star died accidentally and suffered blunt head trauma during an apparent unwitnessed fall at the Ritz. Saget suffered skull fractures so severe that one doctor reportedly speculated they could have been caused by falling several stories or a baseball bat attack. We've seen this from multiple doctors. Like, doctors are saying there's no way, right? Doctors are saying there's no way, Judge, that the official story, what the coroner said, is false. And there seems to be some sort of bizarre cover-up here. And for what reason, right? He was in Florida, so it wasn't like it's Florida, right? It's not California. A purple state, right? It goes one way or the other in every election. And it doesn't have the kind of, corruption or Hollywood corruption that California would have. And yet they're blocking what seems to be, a no-brainer that this needs to have further investigation. The family doesn't want to get to the bottom of what really happened to him, which is bizarre in itself, right? So what do they know? Like, they know something. Like, and they know that this is, once you see those pictures and video of his face and what he looked like, that you're not going to buy that he slipped and fell in a hotel room and died peacefully in his sleep, right? So I have another video I just released on my apocalaughsnow channel about Whoopi Goldberg and her "How Dare You" of Bill Barr, which is, kind of funny. And I got another journey series I'm going to release tonight. But there are a bunch of things people have sent me I'm going to get to probably tomorrow or the next day. Like, it's just sort of building up. But I just wanted to read a couple of comments. So when I woke up this morning, there was a YouTube comment on my phone, right? The opening screen. They show me YouTube comments and notifications there. And this comment, like, I just woke up, and this is what the person wrote. "You armchair doctors," he's talking about us all, specifically me, but all of us. "You armchair doctors and forensic investigators should be ashamed of yourselves. Ashamed, I say. Quit speculating, get a life, and read a book or something." Well, what could be something, right? Get a life, read a book. Like, are you saying that if we are speculating about Bob Saget, we can't be simultaneously reading books, right? That speculating about Bob Saget's death is taking up all of our available time, and there's nothing else we could be doing on the side. Like, we don't have any kind of a side hobby or something, right? But the person saying be ashamed of yourself, I just covered the "how dare you" stuff with Whoopi Goldberg. But when anybody's saying "how dare you" and be ashamed of yourself, right? Like, come on. Like, I cover people here in a negative way, but I'm not. They haven't done anything to me. Like, they're doing stuff to all of us by lowering the vibrations. They're having a negative effect on humanity. But personally, like, these people, these Hollywood people haven't really. It's a collective thing, but not like a personal thing. But even with that, I'm not all like, "how dare you," and, you should be ashamed of yourself, right? Because it's not my call. Like, that's to each person has their own relationship with God and their own responsibility, and they're going to bear the consequences for it. But you get these people, this is what I was talking about in my other Bob Saget video, that are so, they just suck to be around. Like, this person's miserable to be around. If they're getting this worked up and telling all of us that we shouldn't speculate over, something that's clearly a lie, right? We're being lied to all the time, but this is one of the more clearer lies that, even Sanjay Gupta and another CNN expert were like, you could clearly see they weren't buying it. And then all these other doctors, like real doctors that came out. I showed you a video of one guy who posted, he was he did brain surgery, and he operated and understood, brain damage and skull structures and things like this. And so he was an expert in the field, but you don't even have to be that, because we're just, aware of the BS, right? But we should be ashamed of ourselves. Like, why? What's shameful about this, right? Shameful about, like, is it us being who should be ashamed, or is it the people who are lying and covering this stuff up? And the family, why wouldn't the family get to the bottom of this? Or they already know, and they don't want you to know what really happened, right? They don't want to disparage Bob's name or whatever kind of creepy Hollywood stuff that was going on here. Who knows what it was, right? But clearly the official story isn't correct. The official story that he fell in his hotel room and then suffered this kind of catastrophic head injury, come on, right? Like, it's already over. Like, we may never know. We probably never know what really happened. Just like with the rest of it. Like, this is, you never get to the bottom of these things. And why do you want to? It doesn't, doesn't really concern us. But it'd be nice to have the truth once in a while. But the truth is a rare commodity. And then to that same video, another person wrote, a bit too much babbling on this one, right? That made me chuckle, and it just made me chuckle again. And the reason I don't get my feelings hurt about this is because I'm not really a fan of my own videos. Like, I have to re-listen to what I say because I have to edit it. And once in a while, I'll crack up again at one of my jokes or something fun. Sometimes it's okay, but it gets tedious. And, in some distant future, I'm not going to come and rewatch these videos. Like, I wouldn't want to rewatch my videos for entertainment. Some of it has to do with just, it's work, right? You don't want to revisit work that you've done. And so I think videos are good, and I think I make valid points or whatever, but, it's not really for me to say. And if a person thinks I'm babbling, then sure, whatever, maybe it's true. Like, but if I was babbling, then no one would watch him, right? And so am I babbling, or you just don't understand what I'm saying? Is it like so far above your head you don't understand what I'm saying? You don't have the conceptual ability to, to understand what's being said? And it isn't rocket science here, but, it's over some people's head. And so to you, it's babbling, right? If I went to some, scientific lecture or some math lecture or something, I'd be like, what's this guy babbling about, right? Yeah, because I don't understand what he's talking about. Like, and so maybe it's you, right? Anyways, just a couple quick videos today. Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paul Romano, definitely reporting for the Apocalaughs and the Ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.